I'd love to talk a little bit more about how you have built such an amazing team. You told me you have something like 50 people on the team now.
We
You
do.
bought this amazing building in Mukilteo, which is a
Yeah.
multi-use building. Just point. I'd love to know, as you look at your practice today and what an amazing building and practice and the team that you have, is this exactly what you envisioned back in the day?
I knew that my vision was to have a place where everyone could grow. And I knew if I didn't grow, I would be hurting the people that work for me. They need to be able to find a career where they can be promoted, they can work to their fullest potential. And so that meant growth. And a lot of us are afraid to grow. That means more stress, more work. But if you bring on the right team and they become like family to you, it's not stressful. It's not fearful. It's pure joy because every day it doesn't feel like you're coming to work. You're coming to a place where people care about one another. You're supporting everyone's success. You're building relationships. You're also building possibilities where people have a career where they can provide for their families and also be fulfilled. And so that's the place that I came from, and that's how Mukilteo Dental Center has grown.
Yeah, it wasn't like these are the numbers and we've got to get to that next number, right?
No, I am terrible with numbers, and I've told everybody I'm not good about numbers. So the things that we talk about in the morning is how can we better take care of each patient? It's not about the numbers, it's about each person individually. And that, again, is another big accomplishment that I'm so proud of because it's personalized care. And each patient that comes through understands that and feels that.
Do you all have a company-wide meeting every day, or what's the cadence of your meetings?
We have what's called a morning huddle. And our culture is it needs to start, because you're a dad, but we do start with a dad joke. And so I might have to
I
throw
love
one
it.
out, why was Cinderella such a great basketball player?
Hmm.
She
I
had a
don't know.
pumpkin for a coach. So terrible jokes in the morning to start the morning off. So as patients start coming in, they're gonna hear a lot of giggling, a lot of laughing, because laughter is the best way to start the day. And then we talk about the patients that we're going to care for that day. We're going to talk about how we can support each other. And we're going to talk about the events that are coming up. We always seem to have some type of outreach that we're supporting. We just finished Pet Love Fest. Christmas time, we have our Christmas toy drive. In the summer, we have our Spirit of Aloha canned food drive. There's always something going at Mukilteo Dental Center. And dentistry, of course, is very important, but everything else that we do is important as well.
So when we talked a few weeks ago, you told me that you ask your employees what their dreams are so that you can all be on the same page, which I think is just brilliant because you want to know what people want for their lives and so you can kind of help build together. I'd love to know as you've built the practice what your dreams have been to use dentistry for good.
Thank you so much for asking because dream building is so important. We need to talk not only about our goals, about the future, but what are your dreams? What do you aspire to? And when you share your dreams, other people will start to dream, and a lot of them will come to support your dream as well. And so I started sharing my dreams with my team, with my patients, and I said, what if what we have in Mukilteo Dental Center, just this love and this joy, what if we could expand it to the rest of the world? And I thought about what my values were, and I thought about where I came. And I remembered back in the time when I told you I couldn't find female mentors. And I said, what if I could support other females in their dreams and aspirations? And what I found was this organization called Medical Relief International. And what they did was they supported women and their education around the world. And I want to go back to the story of Dr. Ashley Lucas. We met her in Tanzania in outreach, and she was one of our interpreters for Swahili. And we asked her, she was so curious, and we're like, is dentistry, do you think that that might be something that you're interested in? And she said yes. And so our organization, Medical Relief International, helped to pay for her education. And she is an amazing dentist in Tanzania right now. She is my dental sister. Mukilteo Dental Center has a sister clinic called Barakiwa, and she is the head of this clinic. And I don't this is a fun fact. In Tanzania, dentists can deliver babies. I have not delivered a baby, but this vision that I had to provide good, to reach parts of the world that we didn't think were reachable, it's happening, and that's because we've shared dreams.
And so Dr. Ashley helps run this clinic where dentistry takes place, babies are born. And
Yes,
I'm guessing that's a real scarcity. Healthcare
it
facilities are
is.
must be massively scarce there.
Yes, and it is in a very remote area called Maswa. Very remote, and most women do not have options. There's no hospital that you can go to. Most of them deliver at home. So the mortality rate is very high. We had a vision, because I'm a dentist and I've traveled the world doing dentistry and outreach work. And this opportunity in Tanzania came up. There was a plot of land, and we're like, what if we build something? And it's not only a dental clinic, but it's a maternity center. And with my mom and her history being a client of Wiccan Pregnancy Aid and eventually working for it, and then myself working community health and supporting women and pregnant moms, I said this would fulfill everything that I could ever have imagined. And it was a dream and it happened. And it's all about sharing your dreams. So I would share these dreams, and people like, well, I would like to donate this, or I have supplies I would like to donate. Or when you are there, can I come help and be a part of this? I want to share a story. In January, through connections, I spoke to a surgeon and I shared my dream with him. And right now, this week, he is in Tanzania mentoring the team. He flew out on his own. He brought supplies and equipment, and he is there with the team. And that's about sharing dreams. You can compel others. So even if I can't be there, there's others that are compelled by their dream to be there, to be my hands and be my voice to help others. And that is something that I feel like faith has really helped to achieve.
And it just started with just imagining, right? You just decided, what can I do? And you started dreaming about it, and pretty soon that dream became a reality. That's
It
just
became a reality, and
amazing.
people have listened and opened the door to so many possibilities. And one thing was to bring supplies into a country is not easy to do. And when we've done our mission work, when we've tried to bring supplies in country, you'll get stopped at the borders, you'll get stopped at customs, and a lot of times they'll tax you or there's extra funds that you need to pay. But in Tanzania, because of that network, because of sharing my dreams, I've had the ability to meet dignitaries, to meet people, government officials that have now helped me to open that doors. So the money that we've raised goes back into supplies and helping others instead of being taxed or getting, equipment seized. Now it's going directly to the people that need help. And so
Yeah.
that's been an amazing thing that has happened.
And you've met some pretty high up people in some of these governments, haven't you?
Yes, yes, and that's because part of it is putting away my fear, and I always say, "Put your faith above your fears, and everything can happen, and don't be afraid to ask." The worst that somebody could say is no, but someday, if you ask enough, somebody will say yes, and the yeses started to come in. So last year, I was able to meet the former president, yeah, Kuwaiti, President Kuwaiti, and this happened in New York City. We met each other, and again, I shared my dreams, my passions, my commitment for Barakiwa, and he said, "You're so passionate about what you want to happen. I'm there for you." And he's met with Dr. Ashley, he's advocated for us. He even brought back laptops and medical supplies for me on my behalf, and to have somebody in your corner because they share the same values that you do, and because you've shared your dreams, that means so much, and so it's achievable. People will listen, even former presidents.